You either pick America, your oppression, or eternal life. Paradise. That's what it comes down to. And guess what? If you pick your oppression, well, if he's coming back and he's going to actually give you that kingdom, if you don't pick that, but that's only if you pick that. If you don't pick that, what else is he coming to do? Give me Matthew 10 and 34. This is the harsh reality of the matter, bro. 10 and 34. Come on.
Matthew 10 verse 34. Think not I am come to send peace on earth.
That's when he was on earth. Go ahead.
I am not to send peace but a sword.
I came not saying to send peace but a sword. See that? But he didn't bring a sword when he actually walked. He was talking about his second coming. When he come back, all these people are gonna be dead. Nuclear fire is written to happen to America, and our people are written to die in it, that the Lord doesn't kill in the process of getting to World War III, which is in the Bible. All the World War I, World War II is all in the Bible. Right? It's in Revelation. Right? All of it. Right? What God knew about something as big as that. You see what I'm saying? What he know about slavery, the transatlantic slave trade, what he know who the people are actually on the planet Earth. This Bible wasn't read to us the right way. It was read to us upside down. This your power. The movie Thor, that's about you. The movie Matrix, that's about you. Superman, that's about our Lord and Savior.
Can I shake your hand on that one? Yeah, because I agree with you 100%, bro. Everything you just said.
Dragon Ball
It's
Z.
hard, man. It's difficult in this world to find people like that. You know?
Yeah.
It really is.
It's faith.
Yeah. It really
I
is.
can see it. Honestly, like when you walked up, you could just see the I get the 1 to 7 Revelation.
Oh yeah, go ahead, brother.
Got goosebumps all through my body.
This Revelation
I know.
1 is like
You're a spiritual being having a human being experience. You're a three-dimensional being having a human being experience.
this Revelation
Have some knowledge on it.
chapter 1 and 7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him."
So he couldn't come back to just love and save everybody. He got killed before he left. Right. Last thing that happened to him before he talked to everybody, right, and left on the ship, he was killed before that.
Right.
He was crucified.
Right.
He died for his people's sins. So that means all the fucking up you did could be forgiven once you come and hear this. You see what I'm saying? The Lord forget about all of it. It don't matter what you did. All manner of sin is able to be forgiven. It don't matter what you did. Anything that opposed God, when you actually found out it opposed God, got hella tattoos, just don't get no more. You're not tripping on that. Because it's an act of grace and mercy when people see people with tattoos teaching the Bible. Even if they got face tattoos.
Right.
The people on the outside that look just like them will be like,
Right. Well, the way I see it is I feel like everyone wakes up at a different time. Everyone's fighting their own demons every day, and everyone has a different journey. You know, I just went through my spiritual, I'm currently in my spiritual awakening, but I literally just fully woke up back of August last year, 2020. But deep down inside, I've always knew I'd been this person. I was just stuck with the crowd, fake friends, bad relationships, taking all that power from you.
yep.
But now, I'm back to this human being, sober, straight edge, don't do nothing. You'd be surprised the power that you have, you know, it's all within you.
Putting you in position.
Right?
The fact for you to really step into your true purpose.
Right.
Because everybody on planet Earth,
Has a purpose.
yep, and they think about it, but they try to tell themselves what their purpose is instead of going to who created them.
Right.
You know, and it's too much of it's too technical to try to open the Bible because there's too many words, no pictures, and no one has ever understood this book. This is how you know we're at the end of the world. You know, this was taught to us through our elders, and it was given to them through the Holy Spirit. That was prophesied to happen. Say the Spirit was going to come down, and the Spirit of truth was going to come down, and we're going to wake up and start realizing what the Bible actually talking about. You know, so that's pretty much that, man. Give me Romans 8:18. He said something powerful. He said he was taking the power, he realizing and all that.
Romans 8:18, 5. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us.
No, I want 8 and 16. Where it say Spirit bear witness.
Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit.
What is the Spirit? Give me John 6 and 63. Whoever get it. We're gonna show you according to God. Because you can say, and everybody, because you always think that before you actually know God according to the Bible. Because the people knowing God is not according to where you get the whole idea of a God, which is the Bible. So, for all you know, it could be made up. And sometimes when you learn, you'll realize a lot of stuff you used to think line up with God. And a lot of stuff is off. You get rid of that stuff. You know? So bring it up. Luke 63. What's the Spirit? It's two spirits. It's two spirits to say the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit. There's a whole other spirit.
Luke or John?
John 6 and 63.
John 6:63. John 6, verse 63.
Come on.
It is the Spirit that quickeneth them.
See? So we're talking about the Spirit. It is the Spirit that quickeneth, meaning make you alive. Go ahead.
The flesh profiteth nothing.
As you said, you're a spirit, you're a spirit going through a human experience. That's your flesh. Go ahead.
The words that I speak unto you.
The what?
The words that I speak unto you.
Go ahead.
They are spirit.
What is spirit?
They are life.
The words. They are spirit, man. These words are the spirit. You see what I'm saying? They are life. So this word bears witness with your spirit. It proves it proves the whole purpose. It proves what you've been going through. It proves what's a lie, what's false. It proves, reality. It proves who you are ultimately. Bring that back out.
Romans 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
See? So this book gonna bear witness. The words of this book gonna bear witness with the true Israelites. They gonna hear it, they be like, damn, that sound like my people. That's the first step. We don't deny that. Most of our people don't deny that and they walk off. Because there's more to it than just, okay, I know who I am. No, this is a real journey you're getting ready to go on. Lord willing. You see what I'm saying?
A marathon.
Yeah, it's a marathon. It's like when they went to Neo. Neo was in, shot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he had to, it was more. First they approached him, and he's like, oh. But he was always searching. Anyway, then when they finally got him, it was a process. It was more to it. And come to find out, he was the one. You see what I'm saying? That's all of our stories. Every single Israelite that's written to return back is already slated in the heavens you was gonna do this. It was already slated in the heavens you was gonna come up here. It's your true purpose. Because you actually are the only person on the planet Earth that was programmed to be able to truly unlock the Bible, which is the true life and words that gives life to people. You're the only people, our people are the only people built to get it. You will never see anybody else besides so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians doing this, ever. You're not talking about Jehovah's Witnesses. You're not talking about, what are these people that be out in the street, these evangelists? Don't even read the Bible. You can have choir boys come up right now and we'll show you from cover to cover, they don't know the Bible. And they'll be finished, but they'll be too proud to admit it. You see? But anyway, bring that out.
This is Luke chapter 24, verse 25. It says, then he said unto them, O fools, and slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Ought not Christ?
No, I want where it say he opened their understanding. What's that, 25?
24 and 45.
Yeah, that was it. That's what I called Luke.
I thought you said 25.
No, 24 and 45.
This is Luke chapter 24, verse 45. It says, then opened he their understanding that they might understand the scriptures.
See? It's being opened up now. When you understand these scriptures, there's nothing you can't go accomplish. If it's wealth you're looking for, if it really is, it should just be true life. You see what I'm saying? True happiness, true peace. And money helps that. Because our people think we some bum doctrine up here. We don't have homes, we don't have women, we don't have families, we don't have cars. It's madness. A lot of men left their whole life because of what they were called to do. That's why we out here. We young men. We can be out here getting all type of crap. Like you was just, you see what I'm saying? You could be anywhere else right now.
Yeah, you could be at a bar or whatever.
Anywhere, bro.
You're serving your purpose.
Yep. Anywhere, because these people are just idle. It don't change the fact that America, a new world order is coming.
Right.
Well, I'll just see God when I get there. It ain't that simple.
No. Yeah.
Read that Isaiah 66 and 15. Don't you know God, this is a horror book. You see what I'm saying? And the reality of it. That's why people run from it. All the stuff that's getting ready to happen to these people is written. That's why we up here, because we fear God, man. You know? Go ahead.
Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire.
This is when he come back. Go ahead.
And with his chariots like a whirlwind.
If you looking at the news right now, the government is heavily putting out, finally after all these years, what's going on with these UFOs. Why? Because we're in the end times. We're in the end of the last days. They always said we was in the last days, but we're in the end of the last days. How do we know? Because all the prophecies are coming to pass. You know, we got a couple prophecies left. That's the RFID chip. That's why they passing all these stimulus bills out here.
Right. Right.
The more people that have the dollar, the less valuable it is. Inflation crashed to the dollar. Why? Because they're moving on from cash.
Yeah.
They're moving on to a digital currency, which is going to actually be the mark of the beast. It's not going to be a credit card. They're not going all cards only. No, they're taking the chip and they're going to put it in you. That's what they want to do. That's what the elites want to do.
The elites, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Read that out, man. That's ultimately what we're waiting on to happen. Once that happens, ain't no telling what's gonna happen for the rest of this year, man. It's probably gonna be a lot of crazy madness is about to take place, just like last year. Bring it out. You can finish.
I agree with you, sir.
You can finish. There's more on that.
It says to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Yeah, to actually show these people he doesn't stand for what they stand for. These people follow their own mind. They be like, well, I know God. You don't know God unless you keep the commandments. They say, hereby we know God if we keep his commandments. Because if you know me, you knew when I pulled up, when I came back, what I was expecting, what condition I was expecting you to be in. You know, brother, whatever your name is, I'm going to ask you on camera, you know? Go ahead.
It says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord feed with all flesh.
The Lord going to kill a lot of these women. Go ahead.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
You know? You got people walking. Everything's out of order, brother. I mean, every single thing that you can think of is out of order on this plain face of the earth. They tell you that in what's that? Psalms 82 and 5. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. You know what I'm saying? And then give me that Isaiah 1 and 16, so you can figure out, okay, what do I need to do now according to this? And we'll give you the YouTube. You know? Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 1 and 16.
Psalm 82 verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
You see? Everything out of course. It's a thing, it's madness.
Oh, I know.
He said they walk on in darkness.
Right.
How things is actually supposed to be is completely out. Look, you see that? Look at that. Look at that right there. Now I want to show you this is prophecy. Give me 2 Timothy 3 and 1. Watch this. See what they doing?
Taking selfies and stuff?
Yeah. That's prophecy.
Right.
That was literally prophesied to happen. This is how people so sleep. This didn't.
Social media.
How old are you? How old are you?
28.
Yeah, we the same age. When we was younger, we remember MySpace, Tag, when Facebook first started.
The way I see it, they're just bots. You know, they're just asleep. I mean, but it's not their fault though.
Right.
That's the shitty part about it. Our parents.
Yep.
It's not our fault. It's not their fault. It sucks.
Yeah.
Growing up, it was just me, my brother, and my mom and dad. I always knew I was just different, you know, in my family. You know, they don't get me, they don't understand, and it's just like, what do they call it these days? The black sheep?
Black sheep.
Right. That's what I am. Mm-hmm. Deep down, I know I'm a chosen one.
Yep. Yeah, bro.
I feel it. I'm saying it to you right now, and I have goosebumps coming all through my body. Right now. You know, I don't know why. I mean, I really appreciate what you guys are doing out here. This needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right? This needs to be done. I don't know if you're familiar, but I listened to Ralph Smart.
Ralph who?
Ralph Smart.
Ralph Smart. We'll have to look him up. No.
There's a spiritual guy. He's been, I go to, I have a therapist. He's spiritual as well. Just feed my mind with positivity every day.
Yeah.
I don't eat meat. I don't eat chicken. I don't eat fish. I don't eat all that stuff, and just try to, respect everything. And you just start to see changes in your life.
Yeah. That's the start. I used to be a vegan.
Right. That's the goal.
Yep.
That's the goal.
I did that for some time, but then I end up learning the truth, and the Lord is certain meats you're not supposed to eat. He didn't ever say it was bad to eat meat. It's just certain meats.
Right.
Now it is good to take a break from meats because they pump it with all the hormones and stuff like that, and the Bible preaches excess. It's nothing wrong with drinking. People drink too much. When you drink too much, that's the only time you get drunk. Because the Lord drunk wine, and wine is healthy for you.
Right.
I was going to tell you to get Smirnoff and all this other stuff. And certain alcohol is good for you, like tequila and stuff like that, I believe. Yeah. But
like you said, it's in moderation.
How much you consume.
Yeah.
Right.
They have no filter.
Sufficiency.
Yeah, exactly. But the Lord, he drunk wine because wine got something in it called resveratrol, which is good for the skin.
Right.
It flushes you out. Elasticity for the for your youthful appearance. But anyway, we was going to that all day here. Let's get this real quick.
2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2. It says, For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
See that? That's it. We seeing prophecy right in front of our face. This you can tell we in the future. Like when we were kids, because we like the same age, they always presented the idea of like the Jetsons to us. You know what I'm saying? But really, this is it.
Right.
This is the furthest technology gonna go.
Right.
Start at verse 1.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. It says, this know also.
The Lord say, know this. Go ahead.
In the last days.
In what days?
In the last days.
See? So we're talking about the last days. Not the end of the earth, the end of the world you see. There's certain order and how things go. The earth is never ending.
I agree with you.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, perilous times shall come.
Dangerous times. That's peril. Go ahead.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
This is going to be going on in the last days. You see what I'm saying? Selfie sticks.
The thing I came to accept, too, I mean, it took me a while, but I just had to accept it, just to let it go. Is like, a lot of people aren't going to make it with me.
Gotta cut them off.
Not only cutting them off, it's just, they just shed away from you. They're just, it's just like,
right.
It just happens. It hurts. It's a very emotional journey.
Did you say that about your parents too?
It's getting there, and it's rough.
Bring it out.
Rough.
10 and 34.
But again, it's not their fault.
12 and 48.
It's not our parents' fault either.
We show you everything that you need. Bro, really give it to them in order. Give me yeah, go ahead and bring that out. That's cool.
Matthew 12 and 48. But he answered and said unto him,
Start at 46.
Matthew 12 and 46. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak to them.
So he was on a certain path, and then an obstacle came up. He was talking to the people. He was teaching. And then his who?
His mother and his brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee.
Stood without.
Right.
Come on.
It says, but he...
Hold on. Start at 46.
Come on. This is Matthew chapter 12 and 46. It says, while he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him.
So they wanted to take him off his journey. Go ahead.
Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without.
It's like his phone rung. You know what I'm saying? So mom said, here it is, you becoming the chosen one. Go ahead.
Desiring to speak with thee.
Go ahead.
But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother? And who are my brethren?
Go ahead.
And he stretched forth his hand towards his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. It says, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and my sister and mother.
It's all about your path, your journey. You don't let nobody get in the way of it. The only ones that's gonna be on it is the ones that get it, on the same one.
You gotta find your tribe,
Yeah.
spiritual tribe.
And that's what they say in the world, but the reality of the matter is all that's actually talking about the concept that God is appointed.
Right.
It's only about aligning with thee. Look at this. See that? And I mean, you could take a picture, but was they taking pictures in the ancient time? No, you was actually worried about enjoying it.
Right, you're in the moment.
Yeah, man, I hate this world. I hate this world. Bring that 1 and 16.
We're a lot alike, sir. We're a lot alike.
Yep. All the elect in 1/3, the hopefully elect in 1/3, those that's been slated to come back, the chosen ones, they're all alike.
Right? Yeah, right.
They're individuals, but they're all alike.
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
Lone wolves, man, but
This is Isaiah 1 and 16. It says, wash you and make you clean.
Start up. How shall a young man? Now that was it. Give me the one in Psalms. How shall a young man clean his way? Yep. You guys kick it off with that 1 and 16. And then we bring the one in Psalms out.
Psalms 119 and 9. Yep. This is Isaiah 1 and 16.
Yep.
It says, wash you, make you clean.
So we got a kingdom coming to us. God has chosen people. He's racist. He's for his people. He punished his people. He showed his people who they are by putting the curses on them. Because he said, these curses shall be upon you for a sign. Well, that's a street sign. The sign is there to let you know where you're at. It's identity. You want to be able to identify yourself. That's the same as having a purpose. You watch Naruto? You ever watch Naruto?
no, I'll watch it though.
Yeah, it's tough.
Okay.
It's like one of the first episodes too. The episode with Zabuza and the Hidden Miss Ninja. It's better than Dragon Ball Z. It's real adult. Like, it's a beautiful episode. But it's basically the reality of what we're talking about right now. You will see it if you watch the show. Go ahead. 1 and 16. I said 1 and 16. Yeah.
Isaiah 1 and 16.
Come on.
Wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings from before mine eyes.
But the Lord said, wash you, make you clean. You see what I'm saying? How do you wash you and make you clean? Putting away the evil before his eyes. Because the angels watch it. Now, how do you know what's evil? Just finding out what's evil according to what's given in the book.
Right.
And you'll actually see that it actually is evil. The Lord said, and in the last days, men gonna be lovers of themselves. They're gonna be without natural affection. You're going on read that chapter. It literally explains the reality of the situation you see these people in. Everything it's like you're doing this. You're gonna be truce breakers without natural affection, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. So they're gonna look the part, but not actually be the part. It's bull. So bring the next one out. So how shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed to the word. Go ahead.
Isaiah 1 and 16.
No, it's the next one. 1 and 19.
No, Psalms 119 and 9.
Psalms 119. Man,
Y'all tapping out? These people ain't tapping out, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tired? Go ahead, man.
man. Where's the God shall a young man cleanse his
It
way?
is, it's a spiritual fight, man. We've been out here 3 times today. It ain't to exalt ourselves.
It's gonna be a spiritual war.
Yeah, we really see what's getting ready to happen, man.
I see. I'm with you, sir. I'm with you guys.
It's the only thing that know what's going on. That's why this is the only book that matters. Now you can use the other books to just see if it makes sense, but this book tell you don't even read no other book, really. Because it narrates the life you live. Your life proves this the only book you need. Because you see, when you read it, you actually see, dang, all the movies talking about us. Like, you already believe that. But when you read this, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness. Go ahead, bro.
This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 11.
And God said, that guy that walked past and got the bucket hat on with the white shirt, they came up here like a couple weeks ago. He said, this is like Goku. And he laughed at it. But that's talking about us. You see what I'm saying? He didn't even realize what he said. He said,
That's wrong. That's what's wrong with today's society. They like to judge.
Yep. Why do you think they don't want to actually give our people? Why do you think they want to actually give our people what? Any superheroes?
Right. You gotta become your own superhero.
Do the real deal.
Yeah, we don't need the movie. We're the real
No,
deal.
no, you are your own superhero,
Yeah.
for sure.
This Isaiah 29:11. It says,
That's why I've grown up. Sorry,
go ahead, go
I
ahead.
grew up not to put anyone else in my life on a pedestal.
Yep. That's what it says. Yep.
Right. It's like one of my biggest role models in life is Bruce Lee. I'm not gonna put him on a pedestal because he's a human being. He makes mistakes. I'm not gonna look up to someone like that, or whoever your role models are. You gotta become your own. Put yourself on a pedestal. You know.
We look up to the one that's perfect.
Right.
That's the only one you can look up to.
Right. Yeah, that too. I agree.
That's the only thing. You can't,
Right.
You know.
Right.
And you can actually become that hero by being like the hero.
Right.
That's the Israelite purpose.
Right.
You know. That's something.
yeah, this Isaiah 29:11. It says, "And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed." Yeah, so the vision of all, everything that you can imagine, you know, in this world, it's all here.
Right.
So that's why I say it's come to you as the words. You got to understand these words. So once you get to understand the words, you can come out here and do likewise.
Right.
But everything that you can imagine be mapped out here, and it was just to sort of go on what the brother was already going into. Everything is found here, so they making all these books and stuff. Well, everything could be proven here. You know, I guarantee you go through it, you can find something to every single situation that you can imagine. And as he was going to say, you don't really need no other books, but you can use the world to reproof this, because things show you. You know what I'm saying?
And then those people walking down the street are people, you know, they actually know that they're the chosen people because they picked oppression. You know, this whole world is built to basically mind effing. You know,
It's like my mentor says, it's a choice. That's what it comes down to. It's a choice. Like you guys, it's a choice. Like we were talking about earlier too. You don't really have to do this if you don't want to.
Right.
You can ignore it, but you can't really ignore things like that. You know, when it's gonna, your voice in your head is gonna get louder.
Right there.
You know,
That little voice is actually talked about in the Bible.
right?
Y'all want to get that? Isaiah 30 and is that 20? Isaiah 20. Like, this is facts. This is one of my favorite scriptures because you always hear about that in the world. We call it in the world. That's when before you come into true enlightenment. Like, you fasted and meditated and did breathing treatments and stuff. Like, no. When you come into this is when you truly, this is the highest knowledge you can attain to. The highest spiritual, this is the only spirituality. Yoga, not spiritual. The Bible, it pushes meditation though. But all of that stuff is without the actual power of the creator in it. It's just something man made up, you know? Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 30 and 21. And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee.
So as I was saying, when you come into the truth, there's certain things you remember in the world that was just like, man, it still makes sense though. You will learn those things are actually approved of the Creator according to the Word, you know? And one of those things is that little voice. That little voice. Read that one more time.
Isaiah 30 and 21.
Isaiah was a prophet. Go ahead. Israelite prophet. Your ancestors. Go ahead. Our ancestors. Go ahead.
And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee,
Go ahead.
saying, This is the way,
Yep.
walk ye in it.
He said your ear's going to hear a word. Read one more time. Like,
It's Isaiah 30 and 21. And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way,
see?
walk ye in it.
That's that so-called guide, if you will. And it's really talking about us, you know? And the reason why because really it's talking about right from wrong going off of you. Well, what we preach up here is right and wrong. You know, what's right and what's wrong. You know? So that's that little voice that's talked about in the scripture. So you know this is it. And we're proving and showing to you this is it. Everything we saying, we back up with the Bible. I've never seen this done before, you know? And I have this taught to me, you know? Because the Lord set up men that he sent down here from the heavens. And they had to wake up to their true purpose. And there's a bunch of us scattered across the earth doing this right now. You know, this is rare.
Yeah.
This is very rare. Go ahead.
I agree.
You got something?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
This Proverbs chapter 3 and 5, it says, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. So in the Bible, when it says heart, it's really talking about your mind. So it says trust not in your own mind. And it says, and lean not on thine own understanding. And it goes back to what was said earlier. This book, it speaks to everything. So that's why we're backing up everything that we say with the book, because it's not our own understanding. And we're not leaning on that. We're leaning on something that's approved. You know, the whole world literally uses this book. They just don't know what they're doing with it. You know, so it's actually, there got to be something about it. And when it's read in the right and correct manner, in the right way, through the men who are set up to actually teach it and read it, we have one of these conversations, these situations that happen when it's, you know.
Because a man, if I can too,
Yeah.
it's like a man following his own mind might feel like it's right for me to just shoot everybody right now. You know what I'm saying? That's the mind is, it'll bug you out. It's talked about in the Bible. The mind is a desperate thing, man. Who can know it? It's a wicked, you know, you want to prove your mind and what you have learned and your discretion by hearing the words of this book, what's said to be the words of God. Regardless how base it may seem, it's just a book. But that's what it says in here. God chooses the small things, the weak things of the earth to confound the things that are mighty. People are not going to believe this is the very thing that could have stopped them from when missiles was flying over here and they watching their babies with them. You know, that's a scary thing.
Right.
You know, it looks real simple right now. All this gonna turn into, all this disappearing and so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians actually being put back on top in front of everybody.
Right.
You know, everybody. That's why we oppressed in front of everybody. You know, it's gonna happen, man. Thy kingdom come, that will be done. Our kingdom gonna be brought before everybody on earth. You know, we ain't dying. You ain't wait. Well, we know God when I go up there. No, you know God now. You know God now. That's what's going on. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 10. It says, I, the Lord, searcheth the heart. I try to range. No, this is verse 9, sorry.
Verse 9.
It says, the heart is deceitful above all things.
Your mind. So your mind want to tell you something, but your spirit tell you the truth. The Lord said your heart is deceitful above all things. But people are like, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to the. I don't want to talk to the word. I want to talk to you. Why would you want to talk to me? I go off. I get in my feelings. I say stuff wrong at the wrong times. You know what? I have moments like I shouldn't have said that, brother. You see what I'm saying? So why would you want to trust my mind? You gotta trust this. You see what I'm saying? This actually detoxes your mind, man. Read it one time, man.
God, it's Jeremiah 17 and 10. It says, I, the Lord, search the heart. I try to range even to give. Oh, I keep on reading the wrong one. It says the heart is deceitful above all things.
Yeah, your mind. My mind's playing tricks on me. Dun, 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 dun,
Your mind's
dun,
double.
dun, dun. You know what I'm saying? These facts, these biblical facts. God say that.
And it says, and desperately wicked.
I know I shouldn't do this, but you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. Girl, I was trying to turn up one more time. You know, and you know you should have your tail at home doing what you or doing something you know you're supposed to do, and it backfire every time. Why?
Yeah.
Because your mind
Right.
will play tricks on you. But if you knew this word, if you knew you was an Israelite, you see what I'm saying? You knew what the men taught you that the Lord set up, you would know what to go through in that moment. You go like, I can't do that because the Lord said this. So it helped guide